You are now listening to The Purpose Pod, hosted by Alan Levi Simmons. This podcast is a platform to give listeners an inside perspective on purpose, business, and life experiences. If you're interested in finding purpose or discovering paths that could lead you into your purposeful life, this is the podcast for you. Thank you for tuning in. It's time for The Purpose Pod.
What up, world? What up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children across the world of all ages? This is your boy, the Purpose Pod. This is your boy, Alan Levi Simmons, and it is time for the Purpose Pod. It's time for the Purpose Pod. So yes, I am super excited today. If you had an opportunity of joining me earlier for the turn up before the Purpose Pod, thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate that. Today, I am blessed to have this special guest with me, thanks to Michelle, who introduced us. And you know, this man he's on the job right now, actually, and I think that's just the most awesome thing. And I told him, I was like, bro, it's cool, it's awesome. Like, you run your own business. And Mr. Rob Anderson and of Stay Cool with Rob is going to join us today. And I'm just really excited to have him here today because, you know, he has his own family business, you guys. And, you know, having a family business is really difficult for a lot of people because you have to lean on your family. And we all know what that can entail, leaning on your family, right? Let me pull this up for you guys as well so that I can make sure I'm seeing your comments. But yeah, man, so it's a lot of people are trying to start family businesses. They want to take their families to the next level, but they don't know how, you know. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to get a clear understanding of how Rob and his family was able to create their family business. And I hope that one day some of you will take the opportunity or the step or the chance to start your own family business. When I first started the Purpose Pod, I wasn't sure where I was going to take this podcast, and I wasn't sure how to have a podcast. Sorry, I'm trying to turn off this other microphone. How Rob and their family. Time out. Sorry. I hope that one day. Oh, my bad. That was my phone. See, that's what happens. Rob, looks like you're ready, Rob. I was just stalling anyways. All right, so I'm gonna bring on Rob Anderson. What up, Rob? What up, brother? How you doing? Oh, your mic. Hold on. Let me see. Unmute mic. Oh, you got to unmute your mic. There you go.
How about now?
Bam. There you go, brother.
All right.
What's good? What's good with your boss?
Oh, hey, man, you got me in my office, man. What's up?
That's the best place, right? That means you out there making some money right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you were able to take time to get on here with me. And like I told everybody, I was like, man, this man's on the job, you know. So he out here hustling while he's doing the podcast. And I'm like, yo, that's what I'll talk about, man. It's all about the grind. So Rob, man, I wanted to jump straight into it because I know you're on the clock. I know you got to make this money. But so you moved from New York down to Charlotte. Did you already have your business in New York at the time, or did you create your business here in Charlotte?
I actually created my business here in Charlotte. I'm from Buffalo, New York, because if you say New York, people would just think New York. But let's rough buff, baby. You know, but I didn't know anything about the heating and cooling appliances before I came down here.
Wow.
If you have time, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. When I first came down here, you know, I was working at Labor Ready, and I overheard these guys talking about this program called Omit, where you can learn the skill. So after I heard that, I kind of took it upon myself to look it up, get involved. And what happened was, while I was going to school, I met a guy that had his own appliance repair company. So by me working with him, he taught me everything I know about the appliances. and I learned everything that I know about the AC from school.
Right.
You know, so I just basically just took my I came down here for a better opportunity, more opportunity, because in New York, in Buffalo, New York, it's a smaller city.
Yeah.
So and it's not a lot, and it's not a lot of opportunity out there.
Yeah.
And when we came down here, me and my wife, we just seen the difference in the environment, and actually we love it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
It's more chill, right?
Yeah. Actually, it's funny though, because I went from -0 degrees to like 120 in the attic. Okay. Oh, I said -0, -30 to like -120 in the attic. So
yeah, right.
I love the heat though, man. I'd rather be hot than cold, because you can take clothes off and get better. But when it's cold, you got to add more clothes.
You got to add more clothes, bro.
And it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a known fact, and your life surrounded around that fact right there, and you got to deal with people who may be. So you deal with appliances as well as HVAC systems, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you went to pretty much a trade school. It was a program that you went to for appliance and repair, right? And
yeah, it was actually. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
it was actually a 6-month program that I went to,
and
so they actually got me ready to take my 608. But I still need more schooling, because there's so much to learn in the HVAC field.
Right.
I mean, it's really about you, how much you want to dig into it. Okay, because you can learn just the bare minimum, and you can do some cause. But if you want to be the best and separate yourself from the rest, you really have to dig in and learn the intricacies of what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm doing now. Actually, I actually went a couple weeks ago and got my refrigeration license, meaning I can do commercial refrigeration work.
Yeah.
And now I'm working on my HVAC license, so I can be, install units, and
right.
I'm not going to be a handyman once I get my license. I'll be a licensed contractor then.
Okay, so you're doing the job, and there's some things you're learning on the way, but you're classified as a handyman. But then once you get the certifications, you could then take on that title as HVAC license and stuff like that, or you get your HVAC license.
Okay. Yes, sir. And I can start doing the big jobs and start. I mean, because and I could raise my pay up, basically. You know, because when you're licensed, you're gonna do everything by the book. And that costs more money, to do it right.
Right.
And but it's going to be done right. You know, you could pay somebody cheaper that don't know everything, and you'll have more problems and probably end up costing more money through the long run. Instead, if you did it right the first time, then then it'll be right, and you can save that money you would have spent on fixing your unit. So
yeah. I wanted to take what you just said right there for business purposes. You said it costs money to do it right, and I think that's a very simple statement that is very true, in its nature, because, we try to cut corners in our success. And like, let's say you try to cut corners, starting your business, but you understand, like, yo, this business is something that I'm doing for my family. So I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm trying to get my licenses. So, but you didn't allow that to stop you, which is what I want to ask, which is what I want to go into is, how did you start that so your friend got you into that 6-month program, but from there, how did you get into starting your own business and bringing your family on board?
Okay, well, actually, man, it was the grace of God. I have to really give glory to him, man. Just being hungry, man. You got to have an appetite for learning and wanting to better yourself. Because I'm doing this not for me. I'm doing this so my kids, they don't have to work for nobody.
Come on.
I'm doing it so once I go, because we all got a time.
We all got to go.
They'll be straight, Yeah. So I'm doing it for them, man. And I got a problem with authority. I mean, I obey the laws, but I just don't like people telling me what to do.
Right. Especially fools. Right.
Right. So I need to have my own business,
Right.
I like to have, like now, you talk about I'm on the clock. I'm not on the clock. This is my business,
You say
and I'm taking a break.
right.
But
That's real.
actually I got a helper. Can I introduce him real quick?
Yeah.
You want to be on this? Hey, what's your name? Tell the people.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Daniel, man. Charlotte, North Carolina.
What up,
Big
Daniel?
job.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Doing good. Hey, man, this is the Purpose Pod, brother. So, we're talking about, starting businesses, and you're out here working, grinding too. Where you from?
Charlotte, North Carolina, man.
Oh, okay, Charlotte. Stand up, Charlotte. That's what I'm here in Charlotte too. I'm just on the internet right now, but I'm here. I'm right around the corner probably. But good to meet you, brother. Please please look out for me on YouTube, brother, on the Purpose Pod, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right.
Appreciate that.
So did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
You said so. You started off by the grace of God, but then you was like, oh, well. Then you started talking about how. Well, you didn't really go into depth about how you started your business. Yeah.
Well, how I started my business, basically, I mean, again, it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through the steps, man. And like you were saying, shortcuts. When you take shortcuts, you miss the scenic route, man. You miss things that could have helped you on your path. If you take, like if you take a shortcut, you'll skip different steps, and you'll find yourself having to go back, because if you don't do it right, it's not going to be right. All right. And what I mean by that is I could be out here doing work unlicensed and everything, but I won't know what I need to know to get it right. So you have to put in the journey, and my journey was getting experience. So that really started me on my journey. Once I got to get the experience, I got my confidence up.
Right.
That's what it takes. You have to believe in yourself, because right now I've been in the game for about 13 years now. Wow. So I've been in there a while. I've paid my dues. Yeah. Learning, being on the roof, being under the house.
In all types of weather, right?
Yeah, man. You got to have your. I'm sorry, I'm sweating in this car, but
Enoch says good info. Thanks, Enoch. Appreciate it, brother.
You got to have a direction.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know that I wanted to do this when I got down here, but I followed my path. I always kept my ears open. I always kept a positive mental attitude.
Right.
And I always kept looking. I was hungry. If you're hungry, you're going to keep looking for food until you find it.
Come on, man.
I found something that I could feed my family with, man. That I don't have to worry about them ever wanting for nothing, man, because I'm teaching them how it go in the Bible. If you teach a man to fish,
teach him how,
or if you give him a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach him a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Right now, I'm teaching my kids and my man right here how to fish, man.
Right. Exactly.
You got to go get it. You got to want something better.
Yeah.
And that's why it brought me down here. Buffalo, it wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want to raise my kids in that environment. I was tired of it.
Yeah.
And I came down here. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with the life, because it's a different life, man.
Right.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It really changed my life coming here.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing, brother, because you're out here with your family. It's a whole family of 5, and you're doing something that a lot of people of color have not been able to do, because they've restricted themselves from growing because they didn't know how to do it. But you went out there and you had somebody provide that opportunity of that program for 6 months, and you think about the average person, like, would they make that jump to go and learn something that they never knew before for 6 months, in order to propel their family forward, and that's something that you're doing now. And I respect that as a man, bro. That's real. And you said, like you said, and I loved how you had your son with you the other day when we linked up, and just seeing y'all working together. I'm like, yo, that's something that I would love to have, because you're actually bringing him up, you're raising him. And there's a difference from like in parenting, right? There's difference in parenting. Some parents, like the dad would just work hard and the son would see that the dad works hard, but he's never with him at work, right?
Right.
So how has that relationship helped you and your son? Like, I know you can get on people's nerves. You know, people get on each other's nerves, family members, when y'all working together. You got to be around each other at home and stuff like that. Right. But how has it been for you and your son, you know, and your family as a whole working together? How has that been for you guys?
Man, it's been awesome, dude. I mean, well, when I say that is, so I grew up without a dad in my life, so I'm definitely doing what nobody did for me, teaching him. Yeah, I had to learn all this on my own. That's why I'm kind of behind the 8 ball. But I said, first of all, I'm gonna stay in my son's life. That's the one. Second of all, I'm going to not teach him how to get a job, but how to make a job. Because one thing about down here in Charlotte, there is a lot of money. Okay, and from me going into all these people's house, I just get curious, like, where is it at? You know, why am I missing out and everybody else is feasting? I had to look inside. Really, it's how I was thinking, it's how I was acting. Everything coincides with each other, man. So I had to get my mind right. You know, like I said, positive mental attitude, man.
Right.
That's cool. And my son, he's been very, very, very in tune to learning. So that's been a great, because you know, some kids they're either in tune or they're not. He's been very in tune. Even my younger son, they're all hungry. Yeah. You know? And that right there makes me proud, man, because it's saying that all that I did, all that I'm putting into them is actually working, man. Nobody put anything into me. You know, I got this from being curious and hungry. You know, picking up the books, listening to different podcasts, listening to different speakers. Right. I mean, you've been a great help. You know, I mean, even though we knew each other for a short time, but everything that you've been doing, brother, is fantastic, man. And I want to commend you right now, though, man, because you've helped me in certain amount of things too.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. So, and that's all about walking in our purpose, right? Like you guys are inspiring me. I'm inspiring you. Like we're out here inspiring each other, and it's a beautiful thing when you start seeing people uplift each other, and like you know, and like at E. Michelle's event when we first met, you had that type of environment where people were connecting together and inspiring each other, getting to know each other. You know, so so for you as an entrepreneur, you know, how has it been throughout like COVID, and like did it change at all, or you know, were you guys pushing through?
Well, it changed for me because I don't want to be in 100 different people's houses at this time. Right. But you see, I got my PPE.
Yeah, I see that. Now you gotta let me know you got that, because the brother need one of those made.
Oh, well, my sister-in-law did it, man. She did it. It's embroidered and everything. So I definitely it's kind of hard to get the orientation, but I'm trying to get it up there. But I see it. I mean, you know, I'm doing my PPE. I got my gloves. I got booties. I got my mask. I'm being careful. I'm being careful, and I'm just taking my time, you know, and seeing how I go.
Yeah, that's a blessing, then, man. And I wanted to get back to what we were saying, because you was throwing in some powerful punches there, and I was like, man, he was getting it, because like you know, when we were talking about training your children and getting your family together, and you know, not taking any shortcuts. So you know, in Charlotte, you said there's a lot of money out here, and you were looking, like trying to figure out where the money at. Like, yo, where's everybody making this money that I'm trying to find the money, you know? And so the money was in creating your own business. You said, I want to teach my son not how to look for a job, but how to create a job. And if I could say something really quick, my father-in-law, before I married my wife, he was like, Alan, if you lost your job, you know, what would you do? And I was like, of course, I'll get another job. He was like, I mean, that's good and all, but you know, don't you think you need a lawnmower or a truck or something like that, you know, so that you could go out there and create, you know, your own business? And I was like, you know, mindset changing. So like, instead of, let me go, COVID hit, you know what happened? COVID hit. People were like, oh, I lost my job. Instead of like thinking, oh, instantly I can create a job, because we weren't trained that way. So you're doing that with your children now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Dang, man, you said something that I wanted to elaborate on.
Okay.
Talking a lot. Oh, okay. Really, what really got me out here, what really put the fire in my butt to actually make the move to start my own business.
Yeah.
Company I was working for before I started my own business, he wasn't paying me on time. That right there alone made me say, all right.
Yeah.
It's either I create the circumstances I want, or I just take what everybody's giving me. And the way I am, I have to create what I want, man, because I want time with my family. I love my family. I need my own time when I'm tired. Your brother's tired. I need to take a break, you know. But when you're working for somebody, they want you there 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. You're there till the job is done. You work Saturday, you work Sunday. We need you at 1 o'clock in the morning, because working on commercial, you have to be able to be there and not be in a way. So 1 o'clock in the morning, when nobody's there, you got to be there. Now that I'm working for myself, it's a whole different beast. I don't mind going out at 1 o'clock in the morning, because I'm getting all the money. Because see, when you make it $20 an hour, and you write the invoice, and you just wrote a $2,000 invoice, or even a $500 invoice, and you make it $20, you just made them $500 an hour, and you made 20 out of that.
20, exactly.
30, even 30. You know, right now I'm charging $85 an hour.
Let me throw my calculator.
I'm making $85 an hour for appliances and $95 for ACs. So it's a difference between 30 and 90.
Well, hey, look, I'm coming. Where you at? What's your GPS location right now? And I'm coming on the way. I'm on my way, bro. Amber, give me my shirt and my boots. I'm about to go work for Rob.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how it is, though. That's really how it is.
But that's a blessing, though, bro. And thank you for sharing that, because there's a lot of people who, you know, they weren't shown the open door. They were always shown the closed door. And you know, we weren't shown opportunity. You know, like, hey, you can start your own business. And you know, I was like, yo, I gotta get Rob on here, you know, because he's a stand-up guy, and a lot of people that own their own businesses, some of them can be kind of stiff, you know, and you know, have a lack of personality and have a lack of connecting with people. But we met, and like we had to introduce ourselves and connect, like all in that night, because of Michelle, you know, and how he had everybody set up at the networking event. And, you know, meeting you and your wife, I was like, man, these are some cool people that I definitely want to connect with, because I could see the purpose inside of both of you. Y'all were both driven people. I'm like, yes, I got to attach myself to these people. So what has that been like for you in Charlotte, you know, networking and attaching yourself to people that will help you, and also motivate you to take your business to the next level? How has that been for you?
Well, it's been great. I've been a shy guy for most of my life. So coming down to Charlotte, it helped me step out of my comfort zone, because actually I reinvented myself. I mean, when I say I reinvented myself, meaning I was going to programs in Buffalo, but coming down here, I went to a whole totally different way. Appliance repair and HVAC. So coming down here, man, has really opened my eyes to really a different lifestyle. Different people like you, Michelle. You guys been great, man. Like I said, man, I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone. So my wife and I, we found Michelle. She does the networking, networking events. And I was like, hey, babe, that's a great place for us, because we have our own business. Now we have something to offer. Right. You know, I don't want to be the one that's like, oh, I got my hand out. No, I got something to offer now. So let's go out, meet people, see who we can meet, because the speakers I listen to, they say you only make a couple of $1,000 more than your closest friends. So I said, hey, I need some new friends in my life. Right. You know, some that I can feed me, and I can feed them. You know. Right. So. Yeah, it's been but first of all, you got to step out your comfort zone. Like me, I was shy, so I started talking more. I started being more relaxed. You know, it's just I just changed my whole self. I got to change myself.
Yeah, I can see that though, because you'd be like, I'd be like, hey, look, I gotta take a picture. You like, man, look, what do I do? What do I do with my hands? Like, where do I go?
Like
And then
now, I'm like,
yeah,
how I look, but
right.
hey,
And then you
it
look
is what
at
it
the
is. Y'all get what y'all got, man. I'm not fake.
exactly.
I'm real.
Hey,
It
look, I'm
is what
rocking
it
with
is.
you, bro. Hey, look, I ain't got a haircut, my beard. I just touched up a little bit on my cheek, but that was it. But hey, look, when you're on your grind, you can't really care about what you look like. And I'm even thinking about like in the military, and you're like running and doing all this
Hmm.
stuff. And after you done PT or whatever, and you hungry, you're
Yeah.
gonna go to Subway and get your food, no matter what you smell like, no matter what you look like, because you hungry. And like you were saying earlier, like you got to have an appetite, you got to be hungry,
Yeah.
for success and what you want,
Right.
and so, like, when you were like, yo, look, I'm sorry, I'm at work, I was like, nah, you hungry. Like, I don't want to see
Yeah.
you clean, smelling good. You do HVAC, I want to see you dirty.
Yeah. Or
See you
I ain't working, right?
working. And I think this is really, really dope and awesome. I don't know who has done their interview at their job. They usually get up, they dress and put up a suit and be like, yeah, I do repairs and all this stuff. And it's like, well,
Right.
I can tell, but you're an owner and you're out here grinding and you're not afraid to do it. And I think that's so powerful. So you said 13 years, right?
Yeah.
13
Yep.
years. And usually people quit, within that 5-year
Right.
gap,
Yeah.
so this is empowering, so what advice would you give to a father or a mother who has a family and they want to start a business, and whatever business they want to start, but like, what advice would you give to them starting a family business?
Well, first of all, you got to be hungry. You got to have the appetite, because when you hungry, it makes you go out and look for stuff. All right. Like, again, I was working at Labor Ready. Labor Ready is they pay you $6 an hour and they pay you that day.
Yeah.
At the end of it. That's all I had at that time. I had to pay bills.
Right.
But by me being hungry, I was listening. They wasn't talking to me. They was talking amongst themselves. I was listening. Like, oh man, they teach you what? Let me look into that. Right. So once I did that, everything else fell into place. So if you out there and you're a father and you're looking to start, look at things that you can do or that you can learn. It's all about what you can learn, man. You're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. So just try to find. I like fixing things. I feel so good, man. I mean, we're at this lady house. We fixing her refrigerator. When I get a job done, I feel good because they happy. My pockets is fat.
Right.
And
hey, pocket fat, stomach fat. We good out here.
Yeah, because I like to help people, bro. I love it, man. I mean, if I can do it for free, I would. But the tax people and the bill collectors, they don't do heart. They don't get paid from the heart, man.
Right.
So I got to charge them something. But I always tell people that it's not about the money right now. It's about me making relationships, man. Because the money will come.
Right.
The people that like you, they'll pass your name around, and if you do good work, you could come up. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm not focusing on really charging people top dollar right now. That'll come when I get my license. Right now, I'm trying to make these relationships, show the people what I can do, show them how much I care. Because people don't know, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So,
boy, you dropped it. I got it right now. I'm right. When you see me looking at my pad, that's just me writing down. I'm trying to get
purpose pad, boy.
Purpose pad. I'm trying to get that. He said the purpose pad. My God. Oh my God. Hold on a second. Let me write that down. Purpose pad. I might have to give you some royalties on that one. Purpose pad. I'm gonna get a purpose pad, a little fold binder, and we'll talk about that later. Anyway, but yeah, Bree had dropped something. I wanted to say what she said. She says reminds me of the book, The Power of Broke. You become more creative and hungry when you don't have as much. Come on now, sister. And Bree was on the last episode of the Purpose Pod. So yeah, that's so true, Bree. Thank you for that. And I think it's, when I'm glad that I had the opportunity to be like really, really broke, where you're like, you got lint in your pockets and like, or like, bro, I've been like broke to like, McDonald's when they was like faithful on their dollar menu, when they was faithful to us on their dollar menu. And you can really get some for $5. You got $5 and that's all you got. That $5 can take you a long way when you broke.
You're right. You're right.
you know, and hearing you talk about this is actually inspiring me, you know, to continue my businesses. If you continue it and you build those relationships, and you just like me, and I think that's why I connect with you as well, is because you haven't come off as like some money hungry, like, oh, I'm out here trying to get it. Like, of course, everybody gotta eat. We gotta make money. But you know, there's another thing when a person is in business and they're like, oh, I got, you know, I'm over here trying to do this, that, and that, you know, and you know that they're money centered, you know, like it's all about money. And we got a lot of people like that speaking, right? You know, everybody's doing something and they seem like they're good people doing it, but they really want the money, you know, and at the end of the day, if that relationship isn't there, you know, then I mean, you get the service.
They're not going to use you again.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to just show the people what I can do. Like I said before, how much I care. And then everything else will take care of itself, man. But it starts with you. It starts with your mental attitude, man. If you're always looking down on things, if you're always looking at the bad, if you're always looking at the glass half empty, you're always going to see a certain way. But if you're looking to learn new ways to look at things, new ways to do things, then you can learn, and you can, first of all, you got to do what you like. Okay. Like I said, I like to fix things. So, I mean, if I have to go up in a hot attic, that's just part of the job. Again, I'd rather be hot than cold. So again, you see how I'm looking at it?
Right.
It's either I could be hot or I could be cold.
And it can get real hot up
in the attic and sweat a little bit. You see, I'm in this car sweating. You ain't see me step out the car at all. You know, I'm focused, man. I'm focused.
Come on, I'm focused.
I'm focused and not finished, baby. All right. I heard that from an inspirational speaker. I can't remember who it was, but
it was me. I'm just playing.
There you go. There you go. But you actually, you're doing good, man. When you told me you was an inspirational speaker, I was like, man, I gotta pay attention to what this dude doing, man, because that's what I'm into, man. Because it's all about feeling good. If you feel good, you'll do good.
Exactly. You out here dropping lines, bro. I know you got time. I know your time, but you dropping the line. I bet you making sure you put in the pack. Yeah, you like this?
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, you dropping wisdom. I'm listening to you, so you don't ever feel like you talking too much because you dropping wisdom. This is your job. My job.
I just hope I'm answering your questions because I might be rambling.
Nah, bro, you are. You're dropping some valuable stuff here, bro.
I might go in them woods and get lost sometime, but you gotta bring me back, man. You gotta
bring me back. I do the same thing. That's why I be like, wait, hold on, wait. I got kind of lost in what I was saying. What did I say again? You know, but how much time you got left on you?
I got as much time as you need. Because I think he went back in there, but I'm not getting paid by the hour.
Okay,
as long as her refrigerator working, she'll be happy.
Okay, because we got about we've been on for 32 minutes and it's been action packed, and I'm usually on for 30 more minutes, and I'm just trying to make sure you're good with that until
we can go. How's it doing? All right. I got it up. I just can't get that little tray. Okay, we'll work on that. All right. Okay, we could continue. Let's go. Okay. I like this.
So question, what are the benefits for you? Like, what do you see the benefits of having a family business as versus I know I could think of oh, you get to do things together and all that stuff, but for you being in it, what has the benefits been for you?
Well, like you said, I'll be around my family. Having my wife, tapping into her talent. She is incredible, bro. Yeah. The jobs were lucky to have her. And for some reason they didn't want her. So you know what? I said, come on board, come over here. Let's start something together. I'm gonna use your talent on my stuff. If they don't want to use your talent because you're special, you do things like nobody else. So let's do it here, you know? So that's what she's been doing, man. She's been handling the phones because being in the attic and handling the amount of calls I'm doing, I really wouldn't be able to focus on the customer.
Right.
Because I can't focus on two things. It's either focus on fixing this equipment or handling the customer.
Right.
And my wife, she's been very, very, very helpful in that respect, man. It's allowed me to focus on these jobs, getting less recalls, doing it the right way, studying, because I gotta study, man.
Yeah.
I gotta study.
How do you study? What do you do? Are you reading, getting through books and stuff like that?
Well, in order to get your license, the refrigeration license, you have an open book test, but it ain't easy. You have to know where to find that stuff, and they give you a certain amount of time to do that. Okay, they give you 6 hours. They got 4 hours to pass the one. You got 3 parts. No, it's 4 parts. So you got 4 hours to pass the first 3, and you got 2 hours to pass the last 2. So you are under a time frame, and the key is you got to know where to find the information. So you study the books to learn where the information is. So when they ask you that question, you can be like, "Oh, that's a mechanical question, or that's an electrical question, or So
that makes sense.
Yeah, you study to learn more. You know, because it's always changing. It is. It's always changing.
Yeah. You got to put yourself ahead of the game and stay ahead of the game. And I think that's another key point as a business owner and as an entrepreneur and as a professional is staying ahead of the game. You know, I think about a lot of things when I was younger and still to this day at 31, I do things that I know I should do earlier. You know, I wait until the end. I don't prepare myself. Well, sometimes now I do okay sometimes. I'm good at starting stuff up, okay?
We're all human.
We all human. But you know, there gets to be a point in time where you have to prepare yourself for your purpose, for what you want. You know, and I'm hearing you say that a lot with going to the school, the program, the 6-month program, and continuously learning. So that's one recommendation I want to just share with the audience is just, hey, if you have something that you want to do, like Rob is saying, like make sure you're learning, make sure you're going out there finding what you need, right?
Yes. And trying new things, man. Again, I was going to learn HVAC. The guy was looking for extra people to come and work with him. So I said, hey, I'll do it. You know, hey, I need a job anyways, because I'm going to school. My wife was working, man. And that's another thing, man. I got to give, first I get the glory to God, but then I give her all the attention because she was working, man. While I was out here going to school, she was really putting in a 9 to 5, paying the bills so I can do this. Now I'm here, bruh. So I'm paying her back, you know. I'm out here sweating. I'm out here under house. I don't like spiders. I don't like the brown recluses y'all got down here. I'll deal with the snakes. But when it's money if there's money up on that roof, or if it's money underneath the house,
you gonna get it.
I'm going. Okay. But yeah, man.
I have a question from the audience.
Go ahead.
Author Bree Lynette says, what have been your 2 biggest challenges of starting your family business? Great question, Bree.
The first challenge would be my confidence. Man, you have to have confidence in what you're doing in order to get through the hard parts, man. You have to, because you're going to have tired times. It wasn't flowers and rose petals, man. I mean, there was nights that I cried. There was nights that I grind. There was nights that I didn't know if this was going to work, man. This is our 2nd year. And I couldn't imagine we would be where we are now.
Right.
The second challenge will be working with the wife.
The blessing. And I'm not gonna say this, but the blessing, other thing.
I mean, because you know we're around each other every day. She has her days, I have mine. Because it's not easy. You know, going to a customer home, they're already hot. They already lost food, so they're upset. You know, and they try to bring it on us, or they don't try to bring it on us. They vent towards us, you know, because we're the only ones that they can vent to. And of course, she gets the irate customer, you know, or so. Sometimes that right there is a challenge, but if you don't give up and you keep working. If you keep working towards your goals, you'll succeed. Don't give up, though. And if you're a father out there, and if you want to start your own business, don't give up. Keep looking, keep learning, keep going. That's all I can say.
That's facts though. Like if you keep going, if you keep looking for ways to create. I come up with like 100 businesses a day, every day. Like I swear, if I had $1 million, I'd probably be even richer because I'm like, man, I have all of these ideas. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, you know, but you can't because of the resources, you know.
Right.
And do you feel like as a Black owned business, do you feel like you've had the resources and support you needed to start your business from like the city or state or the community? Do you feel like you had enough resources as an entrepreneur in business to do you feel like you had enough resources to like make your business move at a good pace?
Yes, actually. I'll tell you this. When I was going to school, that's when Obama was in office.
Yeah.
And they had the Obamacare. Do you remember? Not the Obamacare.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Obamacare.
Obama had a program that was in Charlotte. And basically it helped me. You caught me on the spot right now, so I can't really remember exactly. I don't know what it is. But basically, I've been going to so many different programs to help my journey. You know what I mean? Just try, you know why? Because I didn't stop. I kept looking. I kept my ears open. I kept my eyes open. I talked to different people. But yeah, the resources is all up to you. It's all up to you to get the resources. Again, I went to school, but it took me to go to the library and get the extra books on electricity because I wasn't comfortable with it. It took me to get the resources off of YouTube when I wasn't understanding something in class. I would go home and re-look at it so I could understand it, because I didn't want to be. I never wanted to be a jackleg, a handyman. I always wanted to be the real deal. So. And it's all about separating yourself. You have to separate yourself from the next man, because if you don't, then you're just gonna be the average man. So I always find things to make me different. Yeah. What happened? I disappeared from you.
Nah, you on here?
Okay. I think I went into the chat room. Yeah, but you gotta find ways to separate yourself. Yeah. And to make you stand out from everybody else.
Yeah. So you do you feel like you're in your purpose right now? Do you feel like this is your purpose, that you know this is where you're at, right?
Without a doubt, man, because I just told you, and I'm gonna tell you again, I love to help people. I love it. You know, it makes me go home and I tell my wife, hey babe, well, she already know because she was the one that put it on my schedule. But I was able to come, or especially when my son is with me and I figure out a higher job and I see it light up in his eyes, like, yeah, we did it. You know, he's learning. I've learned something. Yeah, man. It's always a learning experience.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And I'm just encouraged.
Question, man. I'll be rambling sometime.
Nah, you good. That was good. But like, I'm really encouraged about your business, and I'm looking forward to seeing like where you guys go. And like I said, I mean, you know, if you guys ever needed help, you know, your boy's right here. You know, I do got, you know, the equipment, you know, say.
Matter of fact, you said that if you ever need me, I'm right here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hey, I wanted to do this too, though.
Yeah.
Whoever listening to this, and if they hear this, they'll get a 15% discount on whatever they do. So if you mention my man Purpose Pod, I would definitely give you a 15% discount.
Let's get it.
And let's do that.
Right here. I'm about to write it up. Hold on. Contact.
Yeah.
And mention the Purpose Pod. Huh?
My battery.
Okay. Well, we're about to wrap it up.
I'm good.
You can.
Yep. Yeah, let's stay our full hour. We're gonna get the people what they
what they pay for. What they pay for.
No, they ain't paying.
I know, right? No, they ain't paying. You said 15%.
Well,
right?
They are. They're paying with their time. You know what I mean? Exactly. Time is a commodity. And if you got people time, brother, that means you are giving out some nuggets of information. Right. So yeah, they are paying.
I'm about to put that right here. Contact Rob, 50% off. And put this up here so they can get that email. Bam. But yeah, man. So like I think the one thing that holds me back as an entrepreneur is like I have these like big dreams, and you know, sometimes they seem so far away that I get kind of like discouraged, and I'm like, I don't want to go chase that anymore because it's so far away and everybody else is already like doing it, you know?
Right. Hold on, let me stop you there then.
Okay.
Because You really can't look at somebody else that's already doing it, because you never know what hurdles they jump to get there. You don't know what kind of jungle they came out of to be there. But that's your dreams is all you got when you don't got nothing. And that's what's going to start your journey, is your dreams. So don't ever say that, oh, they're so far away. The fact that you got a dream and that you work towards it, you know, think when you got the extra time, what can I do to help me get towards, what class can I get? Who can I talk to? What can I do? I mean, volunteer. You know, if it's something that you can show somebody that, hey, I would love this to do it so much that I will do it for free, they will love to pay you. But you have to pay your dues. You have to pay your dues, man. I paid my dues, man. You know how many times I've been on the hot roof trying to get this AC working, and I didn't know really what I was doing, but I'm sitting up there struggling, man. But now I can go up there confidently, spend about 15, 20 minutes, and still get the same pay that I was when I took 5 hours. You know, but it all paid because I had to pay my dues. I had to go through. You have to go through the bumps in the road in order to get to the smooth road. You know, you have to make it through the storm in order to get out the storm. You know, you don't stop. You don't stop in the storm. You keep going. You know, don't never stop. Just keep going, man.
You see it right here.
Why you think? Never stop, never quit, baby. You know, that's what, man. What did you think I put that on there for, baby? I got my refrigeration license. Now it's time for my HVAC license. Never stop, never quit, repeat.
Exactly. Repeat.
I don't mean to be all up in the phone, but I'm trying to put an explanation point. You know,
trying to put an explanation point on that joint, and it's real though, Rob. It's so real, like. How real it is if you dream it. Like you said, dreams is all we have in the beginning, because you don't have what you want first. So if you dream it first, like remember back in the day, they used to say if you dream it, you could achieve it. You know, and it's so real. And we thought it was impossible, but the only thing we can't do really is fly by ourselves. But that's why we got airplanes, so we can technically fly. So you know, we've accomplished that. So the sky is the limit. Then we found out that we could go past the sky, you know, to outer space. So all I'm saying is, you know, Rob here has his family business, and you know, it would have seemed at first in Buffalo, New York, that things would have just been the same, that things were probably never going to change or something like that. But then lo and behold, you know, like you said, by the grace of God, you know, doors opened up and stuff like that, so that you were here in Charlotte, you know, and now you have your business. So, you know, talking about not quitting, I want to go on there because we're talking about purpose, and in the pursuit of purpose, no matter what your business is important not to quit. So like throughout your life, how have you been using that? Like, has it always been like, yo, I'm not going to quit? Or have you like given up some? I mean, I know we all give up a lot of times, but what are some cases for you, like where you've entered into a job, or, you know, you entered into a business and you struggled at times? Like, what's the difference from then and now?
Well,
that was a whole, I always ask like 8 questions in one question. I'm like, so when you was over there,
that's good, because now if I get to ramble, I might answer some of them.
But, answer all 8 of them.
Basically, which one you want me to focus on?
So all right. So in New York, you know, you probably didn't see yourself being in Charlotte at that time. In Buffalo, you didn't see yourself being in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Can I start there so I don't forget?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off. Okay, you're right. Growing up in Buffalo, I'm a Bills fan. Go Bills, right? But growing up, being in Buffalo, I never would have imagined Charlotte would have been the place. Only new place I knew Charlotte was from the Bobcats to the. But let me tell you how the journey is, though. So I come down here, me and this dude riding around. This is when the Bobcat, what is it now? The Hornet Stadium is being built. He was from New York too. He asked the guy. He was like, "Hey, you hiring?" So this is the point I'm trying to make with always be hungry. You're hiring, and the dude he asked was in charge of the union. He gave us the car. My buddy didn't call. I called. I actually got to help build the Bobcat Arena, man.
Wow.
And I was only here for about a year.
Wow.
Yep. So I was up there. I got the chance to take the boom lift. It's one of them cranes with the little basket on it, all the way to the top. And I don't like heights.
Right.
But keep yourself busy again. It's all about your mindset, man. I don't like heights, but if you keep yourself busy, it won't come in a factor because you're working.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking about the wind is moving. When the wind blow, your basket shake. Okay, the panels, you know, they're moving. You gotta, yeah. So, but if you focus on what you're doing, you don't see that transit center behind you 100 feet down. You don't see the little people down there, like, yeah, you're looking like this. Okay, but if you stay busy at what you're doing on task, you'll get through it.
Come on, don't look down.
Yeah, but I actually had the chance to build the Bobcat ring. I put the panels on the outside of it. I'm very proud of that. Yeah.
That's dope.
What else? What am I missing? What else?
Well, I wanted to stop you before we continue because I wanted to talk about that part, you know, with being in the boom, you know, and going like I had to go up in the boom at this job that I was working at as an electrician. And the guy, like, I was always afraid of heights. Like, I just hated heights.
You were an electrician. I'm gonna remember that. Okay.
Yeah. So like, no, I was doing electrical work at this company. I don't want to say their name, but but yeah. So this guy Jason, we get in the bucket, you know, and I'm like, dude, like, you know, all right, all my white friends out there, nothing against y'all, I love y'all, but I was like, this white boy about to do something stupid, like, because I know, you know, all my white friends always doing something extra, like they just don't know how to just chill and go in the bucket all the way up in the sky. So of course, you know, the guy that I was in the bucket with, he's already ready to start shaking the bucket. I'm like, dude, I was like, hey man, chill out, bro, like chill, like, you know, I don't like this, I don't like being up here. You know, but I learned something from me having to go in the bucket, and I had to go up so many times after me and him went up there, right? So at first it was me and him. He went up there, did some stupid stuff, and you know, then I had to go in there myself. And like you said, like you're taking, if you're afraid of heights, but your job and your purpose is requiring you to go to those heights.
It's
like,
either do it or starve.
It's either do it or starve. Like you said, if my money's on that roof, I gotta go get that money. You know, and so for me, like I was like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and take that boom up, you know, and I'm gonna take it up and I'm gonna just keep looking up. I'm gonna look at where I'm going, right? So when you were saying that, it was so powerful because I was like, look, when you're trying to go somewhere and you want to go to your purpose, you're gonna have to go through your fears, you're gonna have to go through things that you might be afraid of. But as long as you're looking up at what you want, like you don't even know how high you've gone, you know, at that point. So
Right. And you look back to remember where you came from, but you don't look back and let that hold you back. You, like you said, look up, look where you're going. Right. And coming from Buffalo, I have sweet driver skills in the snow. Yeah. So they always say, look where you want to go. If your car is going at an angle, you look where you want to go, and you'll automatically put the wheel in the way you want to go. So if your life ain't going the way you want, look to where you want to be.
Look to where you want to be,
and that will be your starting point. Right.
That's dope. That's dope. Before I go on to this next question, I wanted to because this is that part right here is very important, and it's so dope that we're talking about this, you know, and a lot of people have fears that keep them from you know, walking into their purpose, and moving forward, you know. So, and I didn't want that to be my story. I was like, well, if I'm doing the electrical stuff or whatever it is, then I can't allow my fears to hinder me from moving forward. I remember my first time flying. I was just got out of boot camp, and they were like, you know, oh, you're going to Japan. Or even after my training and all that stuff, after training, MCT, all that stuff, they were like, yeah, you're going to Japan. Your order is Japan. So my first time flying, I went on a flight to, you know, Japan. That's a long flight. And I could just remember the first time, you know, lifting up, you know, and now that we're having this conversation, I'm like, man, you know, you have to be willing to like go through the storm. Like you were saying earlier, like you got to go through this storm in order to get to your destination. And everybody always thinks that, or not everybody, but a lot of people think that it's easy, you know, when they see like, oh, Rob has his own business. He has a family business. Well, since I watch this podcast, let me start my own family HVAC company or whatever, you know, and it's going to be easy because he's doing it and he's interviewing with Alan right now. No, Rob had to go through a process.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah.
Yep.
But my wife has a question for you. She's on here.
Okay.
Amber Simmons. Great interview. If you had to do it all over again, is there anything you would do differently? Great.
Yep, I would start sooner.
You would start sooner.
Nope. I mean, other than that, no, because it made me who I am. It made me who I am today. If you had a counselor that lived through, that had $1 million all her life and had never went through any trials or tribulation, would you decide, would you want to go through them, or would you want to go to somebody that came up out of help me out, trials and tribulation? To help you with your journey. You know, if they haven't been through what you've been through, how can it help me get through what I'm going through?
Come on now, Pastor Rob.
No, man. I mean, no. All the pain, all the sorrow, all the learning experiences. I mean, no, I wouldn't want to change it because it made me who I am. It made me want to be the best of how I can be. Because again, I don't want to be a handyman, so I'm going to school. I'm going to learn how to calculate this stuff right. And that right there alone will separate me from the guy that doesn't calculate it right. Because it's more than just looking at pressures. It's a lot more.
It's a lot more.
Yeah. Right. But I'm gonna keep you in mind. You're an electrician, so I'm gonna keep you in mind.
Yeah, my mother-in-law hit me up. She's like, "Can you hardwire my fire alarms, my smoke detectors?" I was like, "Man, yeah, I got."
But I want to show you one thing though. Look at my hand. This. I don't know if you can see it, but I had cut it because I was going to a cheese cutting place in Buffalo called Sorrento Cheese.
Yeah.
And I ended up cutting my hand. Yeah. And I got a big scar across there. But that's all part of my journey.
Right.
You know,
man,
I was trying to work extra hours for Christmas and they bypassed some safety thing on there and I got my hand cut in the cheese cutter and it cut my hand and by the grace of God, they was able to sew it back together. I got full ambidextrous, you know, I could use it fully. It's not getting in my way at all. So I just want you to know though, it didn't stop me though.
Right. Man.
I kept going. I kept wanting something more. You know? I just kept going, brother. So that if I could give the one advice that I could give somebody is the slogan that you got on your shirt right now. Never stop. I'm about to cry. Never stop, never quit, repeat.
Exactly.
Because if you don't stop, if you don't quit, you're gonna eventually win.
Come on.
Okay, but if you stop and quit, you're gonna lose every time. Every time. But if you never stop, you always got that chance.
Exactly. You always got that. I'm not gonna say no more after you just said that because that was a good close right there. That was beautiful, bro. You got this locked down. You was trying to play me like, no, my wife should do the interview. I can call my wife for you.
Hey, I would like you to do a part 2 of this and have her on.
I definitely can, brother. I definitely can.
Okay.
So we're gonna set that up because you've been a good guest, man. So I really do appreciate you doing that. So Rob said earlier that he's giving 15% off if you hit him up and tell him the Purpose Pod. That's the code. The coupon code is the Purpose Pod, and I'll make sure that I post that also afterward as well, so that other people will know. Here in the Carolinas, is it South Carolina, North Carolina, or what is it? What's the
South Carolina? No, I live on the border, so
okay.
Yep.
So he said, hey, look, he said he coming to the money. Where you at? He don't care. You in Hawaii?
It's not about the money, but I will be there to help.
Right. He got you. So, man, Rob, I definitely appreciate you. I feel like I stayed cool with Rob. So, you know, I like how you like I did that. You like I did. All right, cool.
Hey, I got one commercial I've been working on. Let me know how can I do it on here?
Yeah, you can do it on here,
well,
bro.
it's not a commercial. It's a slogan. How I go? Okay, tell me if it's corny, guys. Stay cool with Rob, because with Rob, you're cool.
Ooh, stay cool with Rob, because with Rob, you're cool.
Hey,
You
I know it need work,
earlier.
but that's my first commercial, so it is what it is, you know.
You should have told me that earlier. I would have said that. But Rob, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your family. Tell everyone I said hello. This has been a dope podcast, brother. And I look forward to talking to you, brother.
I appreciate you, brother. And thank your wife for the questions. Thank that other lady for the question. I really appreciate it. And thank you, brother, for doing this.
Yeah,
I told my wife that we got to stay close to you, because I knew you was gonna be something special, bro. Just by your mental attitude, man. And again, guys, it's all about your mental attitude, man. How you look at things.
That's right.
Keep it up and never stop.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Have a blessed day, brother.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
safe on the job.
Thank you. I always do.
All right, peace.
All right.
So this has been another episode of the Purpose Pod, driving you forward with power and faith. My God, that was a dope podcast interview. Please stay tuned to the Purpose Pod next Tuesday at 6:00 p.m. Make sure you guys contact Rob Anderson. Please contact Rob Anderson, and make sure you guys drop a donation in the Purpose Pod, because I'm trying to grow up and blow up and do big things out here in the world, and I need your support. So we're about to kick things off with a video made by Fodato. So that's my boy.
Drop the bass.
Love you guys. Peace.